Guys, you have to be today really careful, because I think a huge trap is being setting up for us, and I'm gonna show you in this video where I believe the trap is going to snap for most of the Bitcoin holders and long-term holders, also for general in crypto, because it will affect everyone when this trap is playing out. So we have to be a little bit cautious here, and I of course also going to talk about some altcoins that are performing outstandingly well today. So make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, you like this video, and also activate the bell so that you will never miss out on these really important updates. And now let me show you what I believe is going to happen next here. When we are having here a look on Bitcoin on the 4-hourly chart, 15 minutes chart. We're here on the 15 minutes chart. So we can see that Bitcoin is kind of struggling to break above resistance level here of $68,675. But I want to first congratulate you guys if you were able to catch the trade here at $67,500. You are still in a profit here. But as you can see, Bitcoin is struggling to break the next major resistance level here already for quite a while, you know. So when we're going back here, so this is going on since yesterday, you know, since almost 24 hours, Bitcoin is trying to break through this and is not able to break it. At the same time, the indicators getting again overheated here. When we're looking at the stochastic RSI, the RSI starts to point down. The MACD is kind of giving mixed signals here right now. So on the 15 minutes, things are not looking super bullish here. But it does not mean that we have to be now super cautious. Because first of all, we have put in here now a W pattern on the 15 minutes. As you can see here, the only thing that we need is to break this neckline. So we need the price to come back up to like $69,000 to break the neckline, and then a retest for confirmation, and then a continuous push to the upside here. The resistance has not moved since I pointed it out the last time. The resistance is at $71,580 all the way up to $73,000 approximately. And the underlying support from where I will keep longing Bitcoin is here, coming in at $65,200 to like $66,000 approximately. As long as we are holding this level, Bitcoin will keep bouncing back to the upside and potentially also back above $70,000. So in 30 minutes, we're actually going to see, so in my 20 minutes, we're going to see what the ETF inflow will do to the crypto market, because then the flow will start again as the US market opens. So let's see what's going to happen here. This could potentially push Bitcoin already today back to $70,000. I just want to make you aware here on the 4-hourly chart about something that caught actually my eye, and that is that the stochastic RSI is again overbought here on the 4-hourly. The RSI is going sideways without clear direction. So, and if I pull up this indicator, let me actually have a look here. Are we above? So we are still fighting with the EMA ribbon to break above this again. And if we fail to break above this again and close a candle above today, most likely we are going to reject and come back to the downside. So, and this is the trap that I want you to be aware of, that we potentially see a break here above the EMA ribbon to whatever level it is, deviate back down, come back down to like 65, potentially a little bit lower, 64 something, and from here then come back up and continue to move to the upside. Because you have to think about this from a psychological standpoint. So people got now shaken out already the first time from the top here to that potential bottom. Now we went back up, and now we are starting to go sideways, but also sideways down a little bit. So people start again panicking. Is this just a fake out overall? You know, so is this just a suckers rally? And we will now revert back to the downside. So there might be one small shakeout still looming for us before we continue to go to the upside. Hence why we might potentially get a bull trap here. So that, of course, doesn't have to happen. So, but I try always to think about all possibilities out there, you know. So, and I'm just telling you, be cautious, you know, be cautious. If we break above the EMA ribbon here, if we break above $69,000, watch closely the 30 minutes and the 1 hourly chart, if we can close some candles above that, and how the candles are reacting above this level, you know. So if we see here small moves and up and downs within the candle, you know, so, or if it's more like steady, slowly up, then a little bit down, then a little bit higher, then a little bit down, you know, so that would be healthy. If you see here really fast zigzags, you know, the candles going up, down in circles, you know, so then you know, okay, that might be not the best moment to add to your position or to actually buy or long Bitcoin even more, you know. So I would only consider from this stance where we are at right now to long Bitcoin if we can break here above $70,000. I would not long Bitcoin before that. When I look to the upside, and again, I would only long Bitcoin to the downside if we come back here into this short-term support area in the first one, around $65,500. So basically 4% to the downside. I might be inclined to open a small position, but keep a lot on the side for that position at 66,700 when we get there. So if we are coming back here to this low here, I might open a small position, but I keep a lot of the money on the side to add to it if we go further down, and then just dollar cost average into this position. Now, when we're looking at the funding rates looking amazing when you look at this. So everything cooled down besides WIF, I think. Yeah, WIF is still at 104, almost 105% per year. But WIF is also running today, and also it's okay, you know, so everybody's longing it. But otherwise, funding rates completely reset over the last couple of days. So I'm wondering when a huge run will come in general across all coins here again. And this starts to heat up here once more, as we have seen it here. But for the time being, we are looking good in terms of the funding rates. When we're looking at the liquidation heat map, what we can here clearly see again is that a lot of liquidations, short liquidations, piling up above us. And at some point we're taking them out. You know, we're in a bull market. It's highly unlikely that we go all the way down here to take all this liquidity to the downside before we have taken out anything here from the upside. So I believe this liquidity below us, everything beneath $59,000 will remain for a long time there. And we rather see here everything to the upside being taken out, especially here this level already above $80,000. So I'm pretty sure that we're going to see this in the next 4 weeks, that Bitcoin goes to around $80,000. So I want to show you here on this 4-hourly chart also something else. And that is the weekly range that we are in right now. So this is basically your weekly range right now here in between from the high at $74,000 to like $59,000. That is our weekly range where Bitcoin is trading in right now. And we are kind of in the middle of it, price-wise. So now you understand why these two green lines are so important, because they are our upside support. As long as we are keeping this upside support in some form or shape, we have a huge chance to continue to go to the upside and create a new all-time high. Lose this upside support level, most likely we are then really going down to like $59,000 to basically grab all this liquidity here and then reverse back to the upside. But for now, we are not looking all too bad. When we're going to the liquidation heat map, and I refresh this here. Yeah, so you see here, look here to the upside, how much short liquidity is piling up here. This is insane. I've not seen this in a long time like this. So here's like 32, here's like 600 million, at least $600 million worth of short liquidations just above us. You know, if we can push to 69,000, let's say 200, we might trigger already a short squeeze into here $71,000. But remember what I told you. If we cannot hold these levels, it might be just a deviation and a fake out, and we are coming back to the downside really, really hard. We need to hold these kind of levels when we're getting there. That is imperative and really, really important. Because if we just come back up here to take out the liquidity and push back to the downside and come back to the prices where we are at right now, I think we're going to see here $65,600. In the next coming days. So be aware of that, you know. So I'm not trying to be here bearish, you know, so I'm just pointing out what I'm thinking and also how I prepare for a case like that. When we're going here to the 1 hourly chart, then we have a short-term trading range that we are in right now, and this is at 69,881 all the way down to like 64,618. This is the range where we are trading in right now. So as soon as we are breaking this range, we would move to the next one, which is here above us. So we move them back into this one, so which starts at $71,380. Why would we straight move back up there? Because here we have a vector candle and in inefficiency in the market that needs to be balanced out. Of course, it's a small one, so here's like a little bit left of it. So this is basically what's left of it. So, but yeah, so if we break here above $69,845, we're going to move at least to 71,380 to take this out. And from there, we have to then observe if we're getting this deviation or not. So because most likely it's going to happen exactly here when we fill this inefficiency. So if we move above that and we find support here, then we have, again, a high likelihood to create a new all-time high here in the next coming days, which obviously everyone would like to see. And guys, don't forget, if you want to trade anywhere, trade with me together on BYBIT. You still get $30,000 if you sign up with my specific link here, or just copy trade me on Margex without any KYC or a VPN. The link is also just down below. And if you cannot trade on a BYBIT because it's restricted in your country, then use BITGET or Phemex. And for traditional copy trading, you can use FAIRDESK with the highest bonus in the industry. All the links are in the pinned comment below and in the description of this video, and you would actually support the channel with it. So I would really appreciate if you make use of them. Now let's talk about Ethereum. So Ethereum, as I said yesterday, moved here into the golden ratio, which was immediately giving us support. I was expecting that after this crazy downtrend that we are seeing here right now. So as you can see, Ethereum is still respecting this downward sloping trend line here. Once we are breaking it, Ethereum will move more or less straight to $3,786. So that is another trade that you can keep watching. And from current prices, this would be like a 6% move. So that is really juicy, you know. So this is something that I would trade with 20x leverage and make 120% on that move. And my stop loss in that case that we are breaking this line would be here, this low at $3,533. That's where I would put my stop loss. Just in case if we wick down one more time, that I don't get taken out by sweeping here these two lows here. The resistance is still clear here at $3,878 to $4,017. Yeah, break this level and reclaim that, and we're most likely going to see really fast also an all-time high for Ethereum. You can see this even better here on the higher time frames on the 4-hourly chart. So we actually were able to do what I said yesterday, that I wanted to see that we are moving here above this volume traded area for Ethereum. So, and now we are here in the next area, and the area above us here at 3,683 is giving us resistance. So I would like to see that Ethereum moves, first of all, breaks this downward sloping trend line, and afterwards reclaims the golden ratio. From the golden ratio, we have a high chance that we are moving back to $4,000 and above. When it comes to the Bitcoin dominance, the dominance is right now pushing it to the upside. That's due to the fact that Bitcoin is going down and people are shifting their altcoin money into Bitcoin to try to keep Bitcoin afloat, try to get a small discount on Bitcoin. So I would like to see this to reverse today. We have still 10 hours left. So I would like that this candle starts to be a fake out, like the one yesterday, that we come back down. That would be amazing. But otherwise, I expect over the next coming days still that we are seeing here a proper break of this downward sloping trend line, and then all the way down to like 53%. I still believe that this is here, definitely possible to see something like this here. So, but again, as long as we are not breaking this downwards trend line, I'm quite confident that we see continuation to the downside and altcoins will then start to perform. Let's have a look here at some of the altcoins right now, how they are performing. So we see here Optimism and LDO, they are highly oversold, which is good for us because it means they get in nice buy zones. But also a lot of the other altcoins are coming down here. Solana a little bit overheated. Also here Jupiter is going absolutely crazy. I hope you took the trade when I gave it to you. Also AVAX is catching up here right now. So when we're looking into this here, if I move here to a daily chart, look at this. So we are just smashing through these levels, and Solana is just going higher and higher and higher. And I believe we are not really stopping here before we are at $256. So I believe Solana has so much steam left in the tank that we are going to see $256 potentially by the end of the week. So because we are moving a really, really fast parabolic, and it doesn't look like that Solana wants to slow down here at any point, you know, right now. So if I go here to the other time frames, yeah, see here, the 1 hourly starts consolidating here above the 0.786, this green line. So if we can hold this line, then we will start going higher here, another 20% to the upside. So if you want to trade this, wait for a break of $210. That's where I would enter this, to trade this to 256. Or if we break below $196 to $189 to get into a position here on Solana. So whatever comes first is where I would be going with. I'm already in a Solana position, so I don't have to open one, but I might add one. If we are coming actually down here a little bit, I might then add to that Solana position. Then AVAX almost touched our first take profit point. We are retracing from this a little bit. So if you ever get a chance that we are coming back to $56, long it from there. That's what I would do. Otherwise, wait that we are closing at least a 1 hourly candle above $65.28, and then potentially long this into our next target here of $79 and almost $98. Fetch has a massive correction right now. I don't know from where this is coming, but it gives you again an opportunity to actually buy Fetch at discounted prices. Look here, was like this falling wedge, and it makes sense for me that we just had a deviation, came back down, because we broke out way too early. We should have broken out here in that kind of time window, and now we are coming back down. So, but I believe that Fetch will basically find here again support where we are sitting at right now, here in that range, finding support, and bounce back up here, and then actually shoots to the upside. So I still hold my Fetch position. I am plus minus 0 on it, I think, right now. I might add again a little bit more to it before it goes back to the upside here. And on the 1 hourly, it must be already. Yeah, look here. So this is flatlining. The RSI is plumbing, you know, so this will bounce so hard really soon. I actually, when the video is done, I actually open on BYBIT a position on Fetch for that. Then INJ is right now breaking down here from that support area. I hope that we're gonna bounce here back to the upside. So I want to understand here why we are moving like this right now. Is Bitcoin going down? Yeah, Bitcoin is moving to the downside. Got rejected from that resistance area. I see that right now. So yeah, if we can bounce from here and come back into this area, and you are not in an INJ position yet, that's where I would be looking at to open one and then trade this into our long-term targets here of what is it, $64 and $75. Nothing has changed there. When we're looking at Tau smashed all our targets here, so we have to look for new ones. Congratulations for everybody that was taking the trade when I was giving it to you guys. So this went really quick. That was like in a matter of 3 days, I think. Yeah, so if you would have taken it here at the break, you could have made 16%, potentially if you would have traded higher, almost 20% here. So yeah, definitely congratulations for everybody that was able to catch this trade. Now the question is, where is the next one? So look at this here, $880. So I would long Tau when we come back here into that golden ratio here at 600. What is it? $90 approximately. So we need to move down like, what is it? 4%? Is it 4%? 3%. So 3% to the downside. And I would consider longing this from the golden ratio if I see that we are holding it. So we need to hold this to long this, and then I would trade this into $880 $880, $886. And the stop loss would be slightly under the golden ratio at that moment. RUNE also failing here right now. Was looking so good in this resistance earlier today, like that we are about to smash through this. But now we are failing here once again. For now, we are still bouncing off the downward sloping trend line. So I'm inclined to wait here a little bit. Symmetrical triangle shape. So if I take it like here, it's not really beautiful for 1 hourly chart, but it does the trick. So yeah, we have basically 2 hours to turn this around. Otherwise, most likely we are going to break lower to like $8 more or less. So if it gets into that region, I would definitely long it from there, guys. Definitely long it, and then I would trade this into approximately $13. Zai was not one that I want to talk. I want to talk about Jupiter, because look, Bitcoin is dropping and Jupiter just does not care at all. So we smashed here our target of $1.50 really quickly. We broke here this massive resistance area because we were ranging, you know, so we broke this to the upside, and since then Jupiter is just going and going and going. I got stopped out really early yesterday on this trade. Actually, I'm so pissed about this because I could have otherwise still be in this and ride this to the upside right now, but it's fine. So if you're looking for an entry into Jupiter, I actually have to look here. I would not enter this right now, but the target would be $2. The next target is $2. Let me see if I can find here an entry at like 5. Okay, let's say if we come back to the golden ratio, or if we come back to $1, let's say $1.50. If we come back to $1.50, I would be inclined to long this to $2 with a stop loss again slightly here under the golden ratio at $1.41. Then AGIX is holding the buy zone, so I would definitely start buying here. If you want to play it safe, wait for this downwards trend line to be broken over the next couple hours. If we are managed to break that, that's where you want to enter. And if you want to play it even more safe than that, then you even wait for this trend line to be broken. So, but you can play in between, you know. So I would play here from this potential trend line break into this one, and then see how price is reacting to get into this, and then potentially even take already some profits, you know, so then just wait for that break into the next targets up here at the high side of $1.35 approximately. Then near was performing really good this morning, but now we are coming closer here again to the buy area, which is fine because the indicators also, they are showing here oversold conditions across the board. So I believe also here we are deviating soon to the upside to above $9. It's just a matter of when, you know, it's a matter of a couple of days. I can wait, guys. I can wait, you know, so it doesn't matter for me. I have my positions running. They cannot shake me out of the market. I just simply wait and watch what's happening here. And you should do actually the same. So let's talk about, this is here optimism. Optimism highly oversold on the 4-hourly time frame. We are getting here into my old buy zone of $3.32 to $2.83, but I would take here maybe now $3.16 to $3.23, that range. If we tap into it, I'm definitely gonna long it. I'm not waiting for the indicators cooling further down because the 1 hourly might be, it's already on the bottom here, everything. So I definitely going to long this if we step into this this area here and trade this to $4.22 at least to the upside. Also the same with DYDX. DYDX needs to break here this downward sloping trend line. Once we are breaking this, this will shoot back up to, this is DIM. I thought it's DYDX. So yeah, anyway, DIM also needs to break this. Let's quick talk about WIF, because I know some people of you for sure, you're degenerates, you have WIF. WIF, here I'm looking at a break of $3.24 to find support above that on the 15 minutes chart if you want to enter this, because you see we are creating here a small pennant or bull flag. So as long as we are above, as long as we are managing to break this, I would be inclined to long it, but I'm already in a highly profitable WIF trades right now. So, and you also want to see that here, see that at $3.12, that we stay above that. You know, we need to stay above that, break $3.24. If we break it, that's where you want to enter. And then you can trade this to $5. This will go in no time to $5, especially once the Coinbase announcement comes out that they're actually listing with. Then it will go absolutely bananas. Guys, that's already for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Bitcoin is going back up, so blue skies ahead. Make sure that you smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and just obliterate the YouTube algorithm. And I'm gonna see you then again tomorrow.